Hey, what's up guys? This weekend is UFC 320 headlined by the champion Magomed Ankalaev defending against former champion Alex Pereira. There is also a key matchup on the main card between two top contenders, Jiri Prochazka and Khalil Rountree. In this video, we'll look at how either one of them can steal the title shot away from Carlos Ulberg in their clash this weekend. Carlos Ulberg made a statement this past week at UFC Perth, knocking out the former title challenger Dominick Reyes in the first round, extending his win streak to 9. So now many people are looking at Carlos Ulberg as the next title challenger. In his post-fight interview, Carlos said he's willing to fly to Vegas and volunteer to be the backup fighter for this weekend's main event. But the UFC has put Jiri Prochazka and Khalil Rountree on the card for a reason. The UFC wants options. It is very rare nowadays that the UFC would make a clear number one contender. Nowadays, they usually tend to put several top contender matchups in the same time span and see who makes the most noise, who gets the best performance, and then decide who is the next top contender for the belt. This could be a negotiation tactic from the UFC, or they simply just want the most popular and most hyped title challenger. So how can Jiri Prochazka and Khalil Rountree take the title shot away from Carlos Ulberg? One thing to their advantage is that MMA is all about the latest fight. Ulberg had a great performance, but it was last week. And now this week is UFC 320, one of the biggest cards of the year. That means more eyeballs, more attraction. So if either Khalil or Jiri can secure a spectacular finish, then they might just upstage Ulberg's performance at UFC Perth. However, just winning spectacularly is not enough. They must take advantage of their mic time in the post-fight interview. Take a page out of Joshua Vance's playbook. Demand a face-off with the champion later in the night and request a front row seat by the octagon. So this way, they can easily upstage Carlos Ulberg, who will likely be sitting in the crowd. And in addition, both Khalil and Jiri has to hope for a Magomed Ankalaev victory, since both men has fought for the title against Pereira and lost to Pereira. So if Pereira regains the belt, then most likely Ulberg will be next, as that is a fresh matchup for the champion. But if Magomed Ankalaev retains the title, then no matter who he fights, it will be a fresh matchup. And with both Jiri and Khalil have some online beef with Magomed Ankalaev, that may sell more tickets and that may play into UFC's decision. Because we all know Carlos will remain respectful no matter who he fights. Of course, both Khalil and Jiri, they are not much of a trash talker either, but they do have very unique and distinctive personalities. So that may create more conflicts with Magomed Ankalaev, and conflicts and dramas lead to more ticket sales. And one more thing to consider is star power. Although Carlos is a big fan favorite in New Zealand and Australia, he is not as high profile as Jiri Prochazka, as Jiri was a former champion, and with his way of the samurai lifestyle and his aggressive fighting style really endear him to fans. And on the other hand, the UFC loves Khalil. He got his title shot when he was ranked at number 7. He has a very exciting style no matter who he fights. And especially with the White House card coming up, I don't think the UFC will be opposed to having more American champions. So that's where Khalil comes in. So if he can secure a spectacular finish against Jiri and call out the champion, have a face-off in the same night, I think the UFC would definitely back Khalil to be the next title challenger. As for Ulberg, he is definitely worthy of a title shot with his accolades. He has 9 straight wins, with wins over former title challengers like Volkan Oezdemir, Dominick Reyes, and has beaten former champion Jan Blachowicz. So Carlos Ulberg, for him, his best case scenario is that both Khalil and Jiri Prochazka fights to a 3-round decision, possibly even a robbery decision for the winner or a very close contender split decision. If that's the case, then most likely Carlos can secure his title shot and be the next title challenger. So stay tuned this weekend for UFC 320 and see who can get the next title shot against the winner between Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.